In December 1975, George and Kathy Lutz, along with their 3 children, moved into a beautiful Dutch colonial house at 112 Ocean Avenue in Amityville, New York. They had purchased the property at a bargain price, seemingly untroubled by its dark history. However, their dream home quickly turned into a nightmare. The Lutzes reported experiencing terrifying phenomena: walls oozing slime, unexplained odors, objects moving on their own, and even demonic apparitions. After just 28 days, they fled the house in terror, leaving all their possessions behind. But what drove the Lutzes to such desperation? The answer lay in the house's gruesome past. On November 13, 1974, a year before the Lutzes moved in, 23-year-old Ronald Butch DeFeo Jr. committed an unthinkable act. In the early hours of that fateful morning, he methodically murdered his entire family as they slept. His parents, Ronald Sr. and Louise, both 43, and his 4 younger siblings, Dawn, Allison, Mark, and John Matthew. The initial story DeFeo told was chilling. He burst into Henry's bar in Amityville, crying for help and claiming his family had been shot, possibly by the mob. Police rushed to the scene, only to find a horrific tableau: 6 bodies, all face down in their beds, each shot with a .35 caliber Marlin rifle one. As investigators looked closer, small but troubling flaws began to show in Ronald DeFeo's story, casting doubt on his earlier claims. With each question, the tension grew, and the mysteries around him deepened, until just 24 hours later, DeFeo broke. He confessed, saying simply, "Once I started, I just couldn't stop. It all happened so fast." His words left both investigators and onlookers disturbed, wondering what had pushed him to such a dark place and why he hadn't been able to stop. Yet, the case was anything but straightforward. Several puzzling details at the crime scene left authorities searching for answers. How had DeFeo managed to kill 6 people in their beds without a single one waking up? And why hadn't any neighbors heard the booming gunshots that tore through the night? DeFeo insisted he had drugged his family's dinner to keep them asleep, but toxicology reports revealed no trace of any drugs. The more they investigated, the stranger the story became, leaving everyone to wonder what really happened in that house. Conspiracy theories abounded. Some speculated about mafia involvement, given the family's connections to organized crime through Louise DeFeo's father. Others suggested multiple perpetrators, unable to believe one person could commit such an act alone. During his trial in 1975, DeFeo's defense took a surprising turn. His lawyer claimed he heard demonic voices commanding him to kill. Despite this, the jury found him guilty on 6 counts of second-degree murder too. Over the years, DeFeo's story changed multiple times. At one point, he even accused his mother and sister Dawn of being involved in the killings. These inconsistencies only deepened the mystery surrounding that tragic night. Ronald DeFeo Jr. spent the remainder of his life behind bars, passing away in March 2021 at the age of 69. Meanwhile, the house at 112 Ocean Avenue still stands, though its address has been altered over the years to keep away curious visitors. Yet, despite this change, the house continues to draw whispers, its walls holding secrets that may never fully fade from memory. The Amityville case remains a haunting mystery, with questions lingering long after that November night in 1974. As the years passed, new details surfaced, adding more layers to an already tangled story. Following their terrifying experiences, George and Kathy Lutz endured intense scrutiny and doubt over their claims of paranormal activity. Hoping to prove their story, they agreed to polygraph tests in 1979. The results suggested they were telling the truth about what they'd experienced in the house. Yet, polygraphs are far from perfect, and their accuracy is widely debated. The story has since spawned an entire industry of books, each one offering new theories or twists. Jay Anson's The Amityville Horror from 1977 became a bestseller and set the stage for the legend. Later books like Hans Holzer's Murder in Amityville, 1979, and John G. Jones's series in the 1980s further wove fact with speculation, adding supernatural elements that kept readers captivated. Hollywood, too, found gold in the Amityville tale. Since the release of the Amityville horror film in 1979, The story has inspired more than 30 films, some following the DeFeo murders and Lutz hauntings, others loosely inspired but equally eerie. Each film adds its own version of events, blurring the line between fact and fiction. The house itself has become a character in the tale. Despite renovations and changes to its address meant to deter visitors, it remains a point of fascination. Later owners have reported no paranormal experiences, yet its notoriety endures, drawing curiosity from around the world. And so, questions still remain. Were the Lutz's experiences genuine, or fueled by suggestion and media frenzy? Did the trauma of the DeFeo murders leave a lingering imprint on the house, or is the haunting simply a fabrication? And what of Ronald DeFeo Jr.'s inconsistent accounts? Was there something deeper behind the murders than a single troubled mind? The Amityville story reminds us of how tragedy can grow into legend, leaving us to ponder the thin line between reality and myth. As each new generation discovers the tale, the mystery only deepens. Will we ever truly know what happened within those walls, or will the house at 112 Ocean Avenue forever keep its secrets?